We're going to move this out a bit on the x-axis. We're going to do S, X, and then 0 to flatten it out on the x-axis. Then we're going to do A twice. We're going to do Control N to recalculate the normals. We're going to switch to Edge Select, and we're going to select these two edges here. And then we're going to do Shift S and Cursor to Selected. We're going to create a circle, and we're going to change the vertex count to 12 and press Enter. We're going to do R, Y, and then 90 and press Enter. We're going to go to Side View by pressing 3 on the number pad, and then do R15 and press Enter. Now we're going to scale it down with S. We want it to be a little bit bigger than this, but pretty much the same size, so not too much bigger, just slightly bigger. That should be fine. Then we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, and S to scale this down. We want this one to be lined up pretty much with this top part here, so we're going to scale it down until it's relatively lined up with that part. And if you want to, you can Alt right click and scale this one up slightly. Once you're done with that, you're going to do Control plus. We're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, and bring it out on the x-axis. That should be fine. We're going to switch to face select. We're going to select this face and these as well. We're going to do delete and choose faces. We're going to switch to edge select. Select this edge and press F. Select this edge and press F. Then we're going to Alt right click, Alt and Shift right click to get this entire edge loop. We're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale this down. We're going to do 3 to go into side view and just get a better look at this. Then we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale this down slightly. Just a little bit like that should be fine. We're going to do Control plus, then we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, and bring this out. We're going to Alt right click on this edge. We're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, bring it back on the x-axis, hold Control, snap to this point. Then we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale this down. You can go to side view by pressing 3 on the number pad if you want, and you can try to make it a little bit smaller than this area here. So if you scale it down, you want the outer edges to be a little bit smaller than those 2 points, and that should be fine. Then we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, bring it out on the x-axis, hold Control, snap to this point. E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale this down. Then E to extrude, right click to cancel, bring it back on the x-axis and snap to this point. Then you can do Shift H and we can do 3 for side view. We want to fill this in, so we're just going to grab this edge here and press F a bunch of times, and that will fill it in with all quads. Then we can do Alt H and just do Control N to recalculate the normals. Some of them probably still will be messed up. We can deal with that. We're going to switch to face select. We're going to Alt right click on this. We're going to do Control plus again, Control plus one more time, and then we're going to do mesh, normals, and flip normals. And that should help to make things look a little better. We're going to Alt right click on this one and then do Control N just to make sure that that one has the correct normals as well. We're going to tab into edit mode. We're going to switch to edge select. We're going to select this edge and we're going to select this edge as well, so the 2 inner edges. We're going to do Shift D to duplicate, right click to cancel, F to make a face, Shift H to hide everything else. We're going to do Control R, mouse wheel up until we have 10 cuts, so it should say number of cuts 10. Then we're going to left click, right click, Control B to do a bevel, do a small bevel here. Then we're going to do Control I to invert the selection. We're going to do delete and choose edges. Then we're going to do Alt H to unhide everything, and we're going to scale these out until they reach the edge of these pieces here. So you're going to select one of these edges, do Control L, 3 for side view, Z for wireframe. You're going to do S and then Z and scale this out until it's at the very edge of this. So you can just check this out, do S and then Z. If you need to, you're going to need to scale these outer ones individually. So switch to vertex select, Then do S and Z and scale these individually. Then switch on to the next one, do Control L, S and then Z, scale it out. Again, you may need to Alt right click and then S and then Z and scale these outer two out some more. And then just repeat the process, select a vertex, Control L, S and then Z. Alt right click, S and then Z, and I'll just quickly go through the rest of these with the same process. Once we get to this point, we can just mirror these over. So we're going to select a vertex on each one of these, do Control L, delete, and choose vertices. Switch to Edge Select, select an edge on each one of these, do Control L, Shift D to duplicate, right click to cancel, switch this to the 3D cursor, then do S, Y, and -1 to mirror it onto the other side and press Enter. Now we're going to select an edge on each one of these pieces as well. We're going to do Control L and then we're going to do E to extrude, right click to cancel, and we're going to bring this back and snap it to one of these points. Then we can do Control L and Control N to recalculate the normals. I noticed on mine I kind of have this little shading problem down here. You can see it as I move this around. If you have this problem, just like I do, then you're going to want to tab into edit mode. And if you don't have this problem, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you do, just press A twice, do W and remove doubles. And it should say remove 12 vertices. If it says remove 0, then you're alright as long as the problem's not there. But if it says anything more than 12, then you may want to go in manually and make sure and just select like this area right here. So maybe go to top view and box select this area and then do W remove doubles. But that should fix your problem right there. And then you may want to go back, Alt right click here and do Control N to recalculate the normals. So just go to face select, Alt right click, Control N, and that should fix the problem. Then you can save it by going to File and Save. Thank you to our awesome Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter yourself, head on over to patreon.com/StephenBrooks. Thank you for your support.